All right, welcome to another episode of Keepers of the Gloom. I'm Kyle Tucker, 35 Chop. My guest today is
Ryan Reach, 50 Hammer Pants.
Hammer Pants. All right, Hammer Pants. Let's do some quick hits. Where were you born?
Summers Point, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I didn't know that. Gosh, I always discover new things about people when we do this. Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm an IT manager up at Flint Hills Resources.
Okay, cool, awesome. What is your home AO?
AO Wild West.
Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. And your home region?
Wichita.
Wichita. Okay. You're bailing on me for coffee today, but if we were to go to
am.
coffee together, what's your favorite cafeteria drink?
Vanilla latte.
Vanilla
Hot
latte.
or cold? In the summer it's cold, in the winter it's hot.
All right, just switch back and forth. Good old reliable. All right. You just queued for us, gave us a good beat down, introduced a brand new workout too, and then gave me something that I'm going to have to go take to the rest of the other AOs. Watch out. Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunches?
Captain Crunches, yeah. What's your go-to exercise when you're queuing?
I like to have anything with running in it, so I just like to keep my heart rate up and just keep everything moving. So usually there's running involved somewhere.
Okay. Good deal. What about the one that you hate the most?
I know that's everybody's answer, but burpees is probably the one I hate just because it pops up the most. There's definitely ones that are worse. Man makers are worse. But you don't see them very often.
Yep. All right, let's talk about your journey. Let's get to know you a little bit about this. How did you first hear about F3?
From you, child.
That's true. Yep. Okay. What did you think about F3 before you came out to your first one?
What am I getting myself into? I'm not an athlete. I didn't do any high school sports or anything like that. I did some running in midlife a little bit, but I thought I was going to get in over my head when I got there. So I was a little bit intimidated by showing up, but showed up anyway.
Yep. There you go. You did, and you come back every week since. What was the stat that you said?
Yeah, so
that blew my mind, and I did not know that.
Yeah, so for Wild West, since I started, which was March 25th of this year, the only beatdown I've missed, except for when I'm out of town, was one. Get up every morning and go.
Excuses. Yeah. Lives the hard commit life. Does the hard things. Proud of you. That's awesome. Okay, do you remember what your first beatdown was?
I do. I'm saving that for my 1 year anniversary. I've not done it since, but it's called 40 Minutes of Hell. And it was. So thankfully it was a partner workout, and you were my partner.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right.
You picked up my six quite a bit that day, but I survived it.
Well,
and came back.
What we'll do is on your 1 year, I'll come out and
nice.
It'll be a true measuring stick.
There you go.
See how far you've come. I think it'll be really, really far. Okay. Did you have any excuses? I can't remember.
I didn't. You mentioned it one time at someone's retirement party, and there wasn't an excuse other than like he's going to come back and ask me again. So what am I going to answer? And so I didn't prompt you to ask me. I just waited for you to ask me, and the next time you asked me, I committed. So no excuses, just came.
Lives the hard commit life all the way through. That's awesome. Okay, so you've been involved with us since March of this year. Okay, how would you describe your F3 journey so far?
It's been pretty really pretty great. It's been very impactful in my life. I think about the first few workouts of not being able to keep up, and kind of lagging behind, but we have this concept pick up to 6, and just from the very beginning, the encouragement and the push that the guys had come back, and they helped me finish that workout to the point now where I'm picking up the 6 of people, and just the progress has been tremendous, far better than I would have ever expected. So I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
At 50.
What's your excuse? Okay, a little lighter note. How'd you get your F3 name?
Yeah, Hammer Pants. Not exactly sure how we went through a lot during the naming thing, but it's really around my first concert, which was in 1991, my senior in high school. MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and Vogue.
How did we get the pants?
I don't know. There was it just came out of someone's mouth and it stuck. So yeah, honestly, when I got done, I was like, well, that's kind of a dorky name. But I have grown to love it, embrace it, and really, as you saw today, use it.
Yeah, you're taking it to a new level. What's been your favorite F3 moment so far?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. You know, it's been enjoyable to see just new guys come out and stick. Whether they're people I've invited, because actually the three that I've invited are not sticking just yet, but we're not done pushing on them. But I think it's cool to see someone come out and then they just come the next day and the next day and the next day, and that's an encouragement to me when I see others just kind of like you said, live that hard commit life.
Yeah, definitely. What about, I know you've told me this privately, but, and you actually shared something one time on Slack that we've reshared to our Facebook page. What have been some health benefits that you've seen since starting F3?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm also in the best health of my life. I've struggled with some health things through the years, nothing major, but actually, like even right out of high school, my blood pressure was a little bit high. But then a few years ago, I went to the doctor and my cholesterol was high, and he's like, hey, if you can't get this down, we're gonna have to put you on medication. And so as the good stereotypical man I am, I just didn't go back to the doctor because I didn't want to be on medication. And that was probably about 5 years ago. And for work, we have to do a health screening for our insurance for work. And this year did mine in September, so just a couple months ago.
6 months in.
6 months in, and got the results, and everything was great. In fact, my cholesterol was below all the high ends. It was normal ranges, and then the one stat that I really thought was awesome was they take your good and bad cholesterol and they do a ratio, and it's got to be under a certain number. It's like under 3.5. Then under 3.0, under 3.5 is where you're supposed to be, and under 3 is extremely low risk of any heart issues, and mine was 2.9.
Yeah.
So just any idea of cholesterol medicine has gone out the window. So just really happy about the results from a health perspective, which didn't even know until I got the screening. So
yeah, that's awesome. So what has been kind of your most memorable beatdown so far?
Both convergences I've gone to, which I went to the 1 year one at Sparta, and I went to the one here in Derby, just were pretty amazing to see that many guys come out and support each other and encourage each other. And I missed a couple of convergences because I was out of town for the Fortress one, and I was out of town for Depot. Convergence, yeah. So I missed both of those. So I was really disappointed because those two came first, and so the first one was the 1 year. But what really stood out probably to Derby one was after the beatdown, the Circle of Trust time. I don't know if you guys remember, it just kept going and going, and just the amount of camaraderie and fellowship that was happening there was pretty impactful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whose queue is guaranteed push?
There's so many.
Yeah.
The first several months, Fonz used to come out west. I dreaded when I saw his name on the list because I knew I was going to be dragging at the end. So he'd probably be on top of my list right now.
Yep. What keeps you coming back to F3?
Gosh, there's so many things, from just the way I feel. After a beatdown, just the rest of the day. You just feel good after the push from the physical part of it, but then the guys, we have a really good core group of guys out west that I can count on, that they're there every time, and I do not want to miss because I know they're expecting to see me. So
yeah, FOMO is real in F3. Yeah. Real. So you mentioned your guys out west, your home AO. We're here in Derby, visiting Derby, and you do this a lot more than I do, getting down here to Derby, so shout out to the Derby guys who are behind the camera. So you've seen a lot. You went to Sparta for Rux. You know a lot of guys in the Wichita region, right?
Yeah.
When I say high impact man, right? We're not F3 isn't a group with leaders, we're a group of leaders, right?
Yeah.
When I say high impact man, for you, what guy comes to mind?
Gosh, there is so many, because I've when I first started, I was rucking every week out at Sparta. So, and that was the only ruck going on, and so there's a lot of guys from all over, and from. I'm going to cheat a little bit and probably say a few because
you can do one per eight. I'll allow it.
CBD. I'm going to mention him. Just he's one of those OGs. There's from an age perspective, which I like seeing some of these guys that are 15 plus just get after it and just be faithful and the impact he's made and some of the things he's done and the push he has. Just the quiet way he leads is pretty impactful. Plunger, also, he was out west and then he's up at Depot now.
Yeah.
But gosh, I really could just start going down the list and probably stand here forever. But there is truly a many out west. I think Bro Code's doing a knock-up job as the new site co-key out there, and so just appreciate all he does. But I'll stop there because I really could keep going.
Yeah, no, I have that question in there because it gets really, I hear great things all the time. I dread the day that somebody does this on me and I have to answer that question because I don't know, I could just pick one. All right, we'll close it out with this in a few sentences. For you, speak for you as far as what that is, but to the guys that are your brothers in F3 and to maybe the people that are watching that haven't ever come out to a workout and experience a beatdown. Why is F3 so special to you?
There's a couple reasons and I'll touch on really on I think all three aspects of F3, fitness, fellowship, and faith. From a fitness perspective, my fitness journey has been really inconsistent my whole life, and nothing has really ever stuck. I know I'm only 7-8 months into it now, but the fitness aspect that I get from here is probably, like I said, I'm in the best shape of my life because the beatdowns, the workouts are the best that I've ever done and the most I've ever been pushed. And so just that push, that encouragement, that push to make me better, and the leave no man behind, leave no man where we found him, truly is an aspect in all of it. But from a fitness perspective, from a fellowship, I actually just mentioned this today. Outside of my church family, and then my personal family, just the group of friends that I've developed here in F3 is second to none. I actually am not doing a ton of stuff outside of beatdowns with them and outside of cafeterias, things like that, but you just build a bond when you get out and you push each other and you encourage each other, and then at the end when you're talking about stuff in life that is just super strong. And so that fellowship piece is good. And then from a faith perspective, even though we're not a Christian organization, I have a lot of Christian brothers that are in here that pushed me in my faith. And so all those things in every area, I'm better today than I was 7 months ago.
Yeah. If you want more, you're just gonna have to come and see what it's like. But I appreciate you. You're a true him in that regard. Proud of the journey that you've had and just how committed you are, man. I could not believe it when you said that. One beatdown in 7 months. That's awesome.
Thanks for inviting me out.
Yeah. Well, this has been another episode of Keepers of the Gloom. To learn more, visit f3wichita.com.